If you're playing or planning to play Dying Light 2 and you're wondering about the weapon mod system, then don't worry, I've completed the game and I'm going to share all of my knowledge with you guys in this video here. And if you do find it helpful, click like down below and subscribe for more content like this. We need to start off by mentioning that certain rarities of weapons throughout the game will have different modification slots or sockets, and generally the weapons of rare, which are the blue colour, or the unique weapons, which are the purple colour, will have a tip and shaft socket, while artifact weapons, which are a yellow gold colour, will also have a grip socket. Some weapons will have no sockets at all, and this is usually compensated by them having higher durability. All weapons will have a charm socket, which is just a cosmetic slot where you can basically attach a sort of keychain charm to the weapon, and it has no effect on the stats. Before we get into the modding, it's important to take note of the weapon's durability, which will generally be higher on higher rarity weapons, and if it falls to 0, your weapon will break. It's important to know this because repairing is an option, but it isn't exactly easily repeatable, so if you want your favourite weapon to last longer in game, you will need to do a certain trick. If we look at any of the mods in any slots, they all have a plus 50 weapon durability below their mod effects. This means you should wait till your weapon is a bit damaged before actually attaching this into the socket to repair it for plus 50. I suggest you wait because you cannot change or replace a mod once it is applied in that slot, meaning to get the most mileage out of your favourite weapon, you should use it till you lose about 50 durability, then apply a mod and use it again and repeat until all the sockets are full, and then you basically have the final form of that weapon until it breaks. The mods themselves are blueprints that can be bought from various shops around the open world for money, and they can be upgraded much like any other blueprint that you have, and this will dramatically increase how powerful they are. There may be more mods in the game throughout quests that I haven't found, but I have bought all of the mods from all the vendors that I've encountered having completed the game, and I'm going to share the different types of all of the mods that I've found. For the tip and shaft socket, you will get an option of different elemental effects that are activated on crit hits. These are called crit mods. There's also different elemental effects triggered by hitting enough times to charge it and then manually doing a power attack to activate it. This is called a power mod. And finally, there is also manually triggered elemental effects that are cooldown based, and these are called blast mods. In the grip socket, you also have empowerment, which increases your base weapon damage, and reinforce to reduce the durability cost or loss per hit by a percentage amount. It's worth mentioning that the different elemental types each do something different, which you can read in the tooltip of each mod. Essentially, it's things like dealing damage, AoE damage, freezing a target, stunning a target, or knocking a target back. However, I have found certain ones to be more potent in combat, and others to actually be quite distracting. I found that any of the fire mods made a constant hissing gas noise while being held or attacking, which over time and hours became extremely annoying to have to constantly listen to, and for this reason I actually advise against using any of the fire mods, even though it's a very cool element to have and to use. However, mods that have the shock effect were very strong in combat, both stunning and causing AoE damage around the target, but also the blast elemental mod effects like the fling mod were absolutely great when near ledges or on rooftops, which is actually quite often in the game, as it could cause enemies to just ragdoll and go flying backwards off the rooftops, insta-killing most of them. Generally, I've also found the critical mods to be absolutely great, as they're always passively active and don't need anything manual to activate or any charging or cooldown times, and sometimes they can happen frequently one after another in combat, which was super effective. The blast mods were also quite nice because you could save the effects of the mod and then manually activate it when you have the perfect setup with a group of enemies or a big boss that you need to apply a status on. So that's it, you're brought up to speed with the mod system, the different types of mods and the different elements. If this was helpful, click like down below and let us know in the comments if you have any tips or information to share with the weapon mod system. If you would like more Dying Light content, click the video on screen now, we've got you covered with plenty more videos.